Hello guys, zip through film history with flashback flicks, subscribe for the ride. Today, we're diving into the enchanting story of Wish Dragon. In Shanghai, young Din finds a wish-granting dragon that turns his world upside down. What starts as a chase for dreams becomes a heartwarming journey. Our tale begins in the bustling streets of modern-day Shanghai, a city where the old and new worlds collide in a symphony of sights and sounds. Amidst this vibrant setting, we meet Din Song, a hard-working and kind-hearted young man living in a modest neighborhood. Din's life is a constant hustle as he juggles multiple jobs to make ends meet. What keeps him going is a promise he made to his best friend, Lena, when they were children. As children, Din and Lena were inseparable. They spent their days exploring the streets of their neighborhood, creating a world of their own where they were the heroes of their stories. Din, despite his humble background, always believed that friendship was the most valuable treasure. But life had different plans for them. Lena's father, a businessman with grand ambitions, struck it rich and moved his family to a luxurious life far away from the simple joys of their childhood. The separation was sudden and heartbreaking for Din, who watched as his best friend was whisked away into a world he could never reach. Years have passed since that day. Din works tirelessly, delivering food across the city on his battered scooter, saving every yuan in the hopes of one day being able to reconnect with Lena. One fateful day, Din's life takes an unexpected turn. During a routine delivery, he encounters a mysterious old man who hands him a seemingly ordinary teapot as payment. Din is puzzled by the exchange, but something about the teapot piques his curiosity. He takes it home, unaware that this humble object is about to change his life forever. He arrives at home, and his mother, upon learning from the school that Din had been skipping classes, was furious. She assumed he was wasting time at an internet cafe, playing video games, and scolded him harshly. That night, Din, dressed in his new suit, climbed onto the roof of a city building. There, he sat in front of a billboard featuring a photo of Lena and talked to it as if she were there with him. And wishes aloud that he could be her best friend forever. To his astonishment, the teapot begins to glow, and out bursts a large, ancient dragon named Long Zhu. Long, an ancient wish dragon who has been imprisoned within the teapot for 1,000 years. Long is no ordinary dragon. He is a powerful, yet somewhat jaded, being who has spent centuries granting wishes to humans. His ultimate goal is to grant 3 wishes to his current master, after which he can ascend to the spirit world and claim his place among the gods. Din is initially skeptical of Long's claims, finding it hard to believe that a magical dragon could exist. But after a few demonstrations of Long's powers, by making Din levitate and offering him everything from golden armor to superhuman strength. However, Din is hesitant to make his wishes. Meanwhile, 3 criminals, led by a ruthless man named Pockets, had been searching for the magical teapot and tracked it to Din. Confronted by these menacing figures, Din's instincts kicked in. Desperate and cornered, he made his first wish, to have the power of Kung Fu so he could defend himself. In an instant, his body moved with a skill and precision he had never known, allowing him to fend off the attackers with ease. Surprised by his newfound abilities, Din managed to escape. The next morning, Din wakes up and he believes that the incredible event was just a strange dream. However, his newfound martial arts skills confirm the reality of the situation. With his mother off to work, Din draws the curtains and summons Long. The dragon suggests a myriad of enticing wishes, but Din has something else in mind. He asks Long to accompany him into the city. Despite being invisible to others, Long is visibly uncomfortable with the bustling city, preferring the comfort of a taxi over the crowded bus. However, they soon find themselves stuck in traffic, and Din reminds Long that they could have avoided this by simply flying. Long reluctantly agrees, and they soar through the skies towards Lena's lavish mansion. Din finally makes his second wish. To gain entry, he asks Long to transform him into a rich and stylish prince just for a day. Long Zhu obliges but accidentally turns Din into a prince from ancient China. After some quick thinking, Din clarifies his wish, asking to be a modern-day prince with a luxurious suit, a sleek car, and a personal servant. Din arrives at Lena's birthday party in style. At the party, he finally got to dance with Lena, the moment he had been dreaming of for years, she didn't recognize him. When Din tried to give her a special gift, she was too preoccupied with other guests to accept it. Seeing him disappointed, Long Zhu urges him to use his wealth and power to win Lena's heart. The spotlight is on Lena as she prepares to dance with her father, but Mr. Wang is nowhere to be seen, busy as usual with his business dealings. To save her from embarrassment, Din took it upon himself to entertain the guests, using his kung fu skills to perform a spectacular show. His performance succeeded in lifting the mood, but when he saw Lena slip away from the party, clearly upset, Din follows her, and they end up in the gift room. Lena confides in Din, telling him how lonely and stressed she feels, constantly having to maintain a perfect image. Din listens patiently, offering her comfort and understanding. Feeling better, Lena, still unaware of Din's true identity, asked for his name. But before he could reveal himself, Lena's father interrupts with a video call. Apologized to her for missing her birthday, giving Lena yet another necklace, an exact replica of the one he gave her last year. Din cuts in, insisting that you can never have too much of a good thing. Hearing this, Mr. Wang inquires about the young man she was with. Din, seizing the opportunity to stay close to Lena, introduces himself as Dan, a prosperous entrepreneur who owns a thriving chain of restaurants. Mr. Wang, seemingly impressed, asked Din to accompany Lena on a date the next day. Din eagerly accepted, and Lena, though still unable to place him, agreed to meet him again. On their way home, Long tries to convince Din that relationships are fleeting and that wealth is the only constant in life. But Din, still holding on to the promise he made to Lena all those years ago, refuses to believe that money is more important than friendship. Meanwhile, Mr. Wang's absence from the party was finally explained. His company was in deep financial trouble, and he was desperately trying to stave off bankruptcy. And it was Mr. Wang who sent those henchmen to search for the teapot, hoping to use its magic to save his empire. The next morning, Din, dressed in his magical suit, meets Lena at a luxurious hotel. The day takes a dangerous turn when the goons attack, leading to a thrilling chase through the city. They try to evade them, hiding behind the dragon, who has disguised himself as a traditional dance costume. Despite their best efforts, the criminals found them, and a frantic chase ensued. Din and Lena narrowly escaped by flying away with the dragon, but their flight ended abruptly when they crashed into a firework and plummeted into an alley. In the aftermath of the crash, Din's time as Dan ran out. He admitted that he wasn't the wealthy young man he had pretended to be but was simply Din Song, her childhood friend. Long expects Lena to be angry, but to his surprise, she's delighted to be reunited with her best friend. Together, they return to Din's apartment, where Din's mother greets them warmly. Lena spends the entire day there, relishing the company of the kind neighbors and basking in the warm, welcoming atmosphere. As the day goes on, Long watches from the window, slowly coming to the realization that he was wrong. True, genuine friendship still has a place in the world. Later that night, they sneak out to the roof. There, Din asks her if she can go on a date with him, but before she can respond, her father's assistant calls to remind her about the shoot. After the call, she calmly tells Din that their worlds are now completely different. She explains that she has certain expectations from her father to fulfill and that they may not meet again. While Din, heartbroken, is left to grapple with the harsh truth. Long was right all along, money does matter in the real world. Frustrated and desperate, Din makes his last wish, to become extremely wealthy. Long, hesitant but bound by duty, grants the wish, but not before taking Din to a place where he once lived. He once had immense wealth and power but lost everything that truly mattered, love, friends, and happiness, in his endless pursuit of more. When he died, no one was by his side. As punishment, he was cursed to become a wish dragon, destined to serve 10 masters and learn the true meaning of life. Wealth won't fill the emptiness, Long said. I've learned this from my own suffering. Din, deeply moved, reconsiders his wish, but just then, Mr. Wang arrives with his henchmen and demands the teapot. The leader of the goons defeats Din, and the teapot ends up in Mr. Wang's hands. However, the goon leader, recognizing its value, snatches it away to wish for a golden touch. Mr. Wong collapses, taking his last breaths as Lena arrives and watches helplessly. Unable to see Lena so distressed, Din rushes to retrieve the teapot. He lands on the goon's van, but the teapot keeps falling and bouncing. One of the goons wishes for hundreds of puppies, causing the van to lose control. Din and Pocket are thrown into the sky along with Long. Pocket attempts to turn Din into a golden statue, but Long sacrifices himself to protect Din. Pocket accidentally turns himself into a statue too, and they all crash into the river. Din tries to save the dragon, but it's too late. Long opens his eyes in heaven, feeling fulfilled for having prioritized others' needs over his own. Though he had longed for this moment, he realizes he still has a duty. The gods allow him to return, but under one condition. Long returns to Din and grants his final wish of healing Mr. Wong. Din goes home and embraces his mother, wanting to thank her for all her sacrifices. Mr. Wong also visits to express his gratitude to Din. In the end, Din and his mother find happiness, opening a small restaurant with Mr. Wong's help. Lena, now understanding the true value of friendship, remains a part of their lives. Din discovers another dragon teapot in the storeroom and calls for Long. The dragon emerges, ready to help. Though he should have remained in heaven, Long sacrifices his chance at freedom for Din, bound to serve another 10 masters. Din gives him a heartfelt hug and leaves the teapot on an old man's trolley. Long, now wiser and more compassionate, continues his journey. The story of Din and the Wish Dragon is not just about the granting of wishes, but about the discovery of what truly matters in life. It's a tale of love, friendship, and the realization that the greatest treasures are not the ones we can hold in our hands, but the ones we carry in our hearts. This has been Recap of the Wish Dragon movie. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting stories from Flashback Flicks.